This is a very useful function. I put it in all of my web projects. It's usually the first thing that I import. Basically a wrapper around some existing functionality. Look through the DOM, find something by its ID, and make that available in TypeScript. But it does a lot of extra error checking, and that's important. Why? Well, let me demonstrate. Let's go into here. This is just the standard template that comes with Vite. And I'm going to delete some things. And let's move this. I don't know why I always like this in the head. And wow, an error. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's a blank screen in normal users, but we would get an error. Either way, you would know there was a problem right away. You can see right here, it's looking for the thing we just deleted, something with the ID APP. And this says, at compile time, just ignore any errors. Without this, it would say, hey, you didn't do any error checking. And we're saying, well, we didn't need to. Okay, let's get rid of this and add our own code. So first off, well, let's think about the normal cases. I mean, this isn't any really detailed example. Every program has stuff that it does normally. It does its results. But there's also the special cases. Errors, exceptions, who knows what. Oh, I should save this too. Much better. No errors. And let's put something here. A pre is as good as anything. Just a good place to find out what's going on, just to print the results. And of course an ID, that's what this whole thing is about, looking things up by the ID. So we can put our normal results there, and we can put our error results here. Okay, how do we access those? How about the traditional way? Normal results equals document getById, get element by ID. That looks reasonable. And how about the special cases? Seems reasonable. And let's do something with them. This thing here says that we're not doing anything with it. That's the little orange squiggly. Okay, simple enough. And we will succeed 20 times. Oh, it added that question mark. Did you notice that? This returns null if there's an error. In fact, that's the error we saw a minute ago. We were trying to do something with null. And it's warning me. Well, it didn't warn me. It just said, well, let's not do anything if, well, that has its place, but that's not what we're going to use today. Let's use the exclamation point, like in the previous example. And let's add a message, something simple. Maybe the date and time. and put each thing on a new line. There we go. Well, that was kind of dull. Let's simulate some real work. Real work will take a little bit of time. In fact, if there was no delay, this wouldn't be quite as interesting. My own personal library, just a lot of things I find useful. We'll discuss sleep in another video. It's very useful, but for now it does what you think it does. And let's sleep for 1 second. Okay, this is starting to look like a real program. Lots of success, lots of good stuff going on. After that, though, let's simulate an error. And yeah, I think this will do it. Well, it seems to be working. I guess it's time to go to lunch and maybe just push this out to the internet and the customers and let them see it. I mean, everything appears to be working, doesn't it? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Boom. And the same error we saw before. Only it didn't happen immediately. That's really my biggest complaint. I want this error message to happen immediately so it doesn't get missed. Imagine it wasn't even a matter of time. Imagine this was some weird case like only happens in a blue moon, and if you're turning left and someone's looking over your shoulder, you know, weird things that are just hard to test. All right, let's replace this with my function. This is a separate file. This is stuff that uses the DOM versus MISC is stuff that you could use in Node or in the browser. I've just kind of separated them. Not everyone does that, but it makes me feel good. And it's complaining because I didn't tell it the type. This thing's going to do several tests at once. It's basically testing the type and that it's not null. So this was a pre. Yeah, we want to match that with that, and sure enough, the result, well, you notice there's no more nulls. If this has an error, it will immediately throw an exception, as opposed to that thing that will return null, and it's up to you to check for it. Okay, let's do the same thing here. getById. Whoa, now this is the same error we were running into before, the same problem. But first of all, we got an error message immediately. You can't miss this. Notice this is right in the module before anything happens, before there are any pauses. Another great place to put this is in the constructor of a class. As soon as you create an object, we make sure we have everything we need for that object. And we have some information. It said couldn't find, and this is what it was looking for. So, easy enough to track down. Oh, it was called error results, not special cases. Ooh, any bets? Last chance. What do you think? Did I fix it? Lock in your answer now. Beautiful. Again, this just happens all the time. The first thing I do in a program is try to reach out for the elements that I need. And why not do the error checking at the same time? It just makes me feel so much better. Okay, there's a few related things if you like this. There's a query selector. That's what the Vite example was using. Query selector, only this is my wrapper around that. And again, it takes in a type and a selector string, nothing unusual, but it's not going to return null ever. If there's a problem, it's going to report an error. Very similar. Oh, need to import this. So a few more checks. This deserves a video of its own, but again, if you want something more complicated than getById, that exists. This is the same idea, just a more complicated thing that can do more for you. And a few more examples. These are all the see alsos. Okay, so assert class. This doesn't go out and find anything for you. You have to already have the object, but it's going to tell you, hey, this is good, this is the type you thought it was, or I'm throwing an exception. Wow, that's a long name. I need a better name for that. It's basically the same as an exclamation point. It says, hey, just check. I have a function that already does everything I need, except sometimes it returns a null or an undefined, and I don't want it to. I want to turn that into an exception. And this works with numbers, the same sort of idea. Someone gives me a nan or an infinity. I don't want to deal with that. Again, the same basic idea, but this is just so common. If you get nothing else out of my library, try using this. getById will save you all sorts of headaches. It will find errors much sooner. And just do it first. You're going to have to do it sooner or later. You might as well do the error checking up front from the very beginning. Well, thanks for taking a look. Check back soon for more.